Pod Trio.
And today, we're here for our very first episode. Thank you guys for reeling in to hear us and watch us. And today we're going to talk a movie that was very controversial in the friend group, and that was The Materialists with Dakota Johnson, Pedro Pascal, Chris Evans, directed by Celine Song.
So, do we want to give a little facts about the movie that we learned?
Oh my god.
Let's do it.
So,
What did we learn?
well, I found out that the director herself was what's her job? A matchmaker?
Yeah,
She
matchmaker.
was yes,
Yeah.
she was a matchmaker in her past life before being a director. So, like, I guess she pulled a lot of like techniques and like thinking thoughts of her past job for like Dakota's character Lucy. So, I think like maybe that's how she got those like
That was like inspiration.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, and if you haven't watched the movie is basically about Dakota Johnson's character. She's a matchmaker, and she's caught in this triangle, like romantic triangle between Chris Evans, who's like her first love. Yeah, John, her first love. He's like trying to be an actor, so he's a bit broke. And then Harry,
which is so rich.
that's like a rich guy, but like
Yeah.
she doesn't really have like sport.
Also, a
Yeah.
little disclaimer: we are gonna be spoiling a little bit of the movie. So, if you have not watched it and you're okay with it, then please continue watching our video. If not, I recommend to go watch the movie, base your own opinion, and then come watch. And like that, you can give your own opinion and see if you agree with us or not.
Yeah.
Or just get over it and accept spoilers.
Yeah,
That's
So,
fine
you
too.
know, that's okay too. A lot of people do that, including me.
A lot of people do that.
Did she have a? What was I gonna say? Did she have a directing background? Or this was her first directing.
No. She directed Past Life, which is very similar to this movie in a sense of like love triangle wise. But I haven't watched.
Wait,
I haven't
watched Is Past she-
Life.
she directed Past Life, so she's the one that's married to
Yes,
the guy who did
yeah.
Challengers. Oh
Who's
my God.
also
Okay,
love
it was
triangle.
her. Okay,
So
yo,
I
there's a
personally,
pattern
I
here.
personally think in their relationship there is a third person.
Allegedly, just in case they watched this. Allegedly,
It's like that. It's you and me and our friend Steve. They have a Steve.
I'm just kidding. But it's just funny. It's a pattern. I love patterns.
So the way we're gonna work with our episode, since this is our first episode as well, we're all just gonna state like two of our main opinions about the movie and pretty much discuss that of like what impacted us from the movie. So is anyone up for their opinion to be heard?
Oh girl, I have a few lists of like what was a yes and what was a no.
Me too. I did the same thing.
But yeah.
I mean, you're already talking. Go, girl.
Yeah. You start.
Okay. Well, what should I start with the no or should I start with the yes? Oh,
Positives.
what I did like three main aspect was the shots, the symbolism, and then like the last thing was like how the story ended, but that's like very much opinion based. Like that's cuz
You liked it?
no, I like that she chose John. I know a lot of people
Guys,
don't
Marty-
like-
therapy.
Guys.
See, told you. Like that's like very much an opinion, like a reason to why I liked it to an extent, but so I love the shots. Everything was very beautiful. I think like the director nailed of like the idea for the movie to look expensive. She lives in New York. She lives an expensive life. She has an expensive job. It was beautiful to watch. And like a shot that I really liked was the intro, which was showing love like for the first time in the whole world, the caveman.
Can I just say something?
It was too long.
No. But I was gonna say, when that was happening, we all looked at each other because we also went to see it with our friends. So we were like, all looked at each other. We were like, "Is this the right movie?"
Yeah.
We were so confused, but it was interesting. I mean, it caught our attention right away. So
I really like it. It was a nice way of setting the idea of breaking the materialist like mindset, like, because I don't think a caveman's like rich like that. You know what I mean? So it's like his ring was like made out of a flower. They were like in a cave. I really love that shot. I do think it was so long, and and that goes to my other point of like. No, that's my other point of why I did not like.
I mean, go ahead. Say it.
I did not like that there was no filler music. I understand that I think this is how I took it. She didn't put music to show that it's very lonely to try to find love, right?
I never thought about it like that. That's actually
But
smart.
it was so freaking flat. Like, I kid you not. I wanted.
But also, sorry.
No.
Like, I also like read a lot of people saying how she wanted to make like an anti rom-com, and rom-com has a lot of like music and stuff, so maybe it could also go into like, this is like not a rom-com.
It was very
rom-com.
realistic. I would say that.
Yeah.
Why label it
Yeah.
rom-com?
I mean, I think at the beginning it gave us the idea that like it was like romance, but then it just wasn't.
It was
Like the tone. I mean, when again, spoiler, when the whole like sexual assault thing happened, obviously the tone changed so much. But I think even before that, like it was slowly like it wasn't fully rom-com. It was just like or like fully romance. You know, it was always like this is what romance could look like, but like not in a movie way.
yeah.
So realistic way. I don't know if it's making sense, y'all.
But also
Oh,
not at the
but-
same time, because
yeah,
I feel like the ending wasn't super realistic.
yeah, and I'm gonna give my opinion after, because bro, I have such an opinion on that.
We'll do with that later.
The thing is like, with like the new music and then like it felt flat a bit. Like I think I was trying to hold my laugh for like how like an intense moment would happen, and it just be like literally.
I tried to do crickets, but that cannot.
But then because of that, we never like went in depth of like other scene, and therefore like there was too many plots. Like I have it here: Lucy's love triangle, Sophie's side stories, John acting struggle, Harry's height, Lucy's job, is it harmful, is
I
it
love how you
helpful?
spell height. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I spelled it wrong, guys. Don't look. I was doing it really fast, but you know, like already that was like so many like things all at once, and I was like by halfway, not even like near the end, like halfway, I was like, why are we having this dramatic pause in the bed? What is happening? This is when like she like touches his leg, and Harry's
I was so
leg.
confused in that. I didn't understand that it was gonna be about his like
I-
the cicatrice and
No.
No. I knew the moment they mentioned it, because keep in mind, I have never had conversations with people about like leg extensions, and I think they mentioned them once like on a Grey's Anatomy episode.
Of course.
Guys, I'm a huge Grey's Anatomy fan. So I was like, it's not a thing that people talk about, and I mean, we talk about surgeries. We will also like when it comes to like plastic surgery stuff like that, we never talk about like leg extension stuff.
No,
We always talk
yeah.
about like men either get like filler or
hair transplant.
hair transplant, or if they
Like a
really want
toupee?
no, but if they really want like a enlargement as well, you know what I mean? But oh shit, can I even say that?
I did not know that.
No, but some guys do that.
Bleep.
But then yeah, I don't know if I can say that on YouTube,
No, it's
but
fine, it's fine, it's fine.
Enlargement.
but so you know, when they mentioned the leg thing, I was like, I hope it doesn't come back in the plot, and I hope it's not something that's made in the plot. And it was, and that pissed me off.
At least you caught it, because I didn't. I was like,
It pissed
yeah,
me
me
off.
too. I was like, she goes
And
like this.
And it pissed. Sorry, I'm trying to make my point. No. And it pissed me off because it goes into what I really hate about this movie. You know what I mean? So
What is it?
okay,
Speak
so
your truth.
okay, it's my turn. Okay.
Yeah.
Go.
I have so much. I gave originally this movie like a 6 out of 10, which I will stand by that. But at the same time, okay, I'll see what I like. I'll start with
Okay.
What I really like was like the cinematography. Something that I will not like
It was good.
shit on is like the cinematography was really good.
Yeah.
She really did a good job. She did a really good job as well as like taking the essence of a lot of things. You know what I mean? Like the essence of New York, like
showing
like,
expensiveness, like
yeah, like even in this like the smallest thing, she did a really good job at it. What else is there? What else is positive? Let me think.
I said I also really like the symbolism. So like
Yeah.
the symbol, like I wrote the title, like it being a plural. I can't say
What?
that.
Girl, I don't even know what you're trying to say.
Did you want to say preview?
No.
Okay.
No, pure. Oh my god, I can't pronounce it right now.
Q.
No.
Write it.
It's written.
Where?
Plural.
Oh, plural.
Plural.
Oh, you forgot the L. Guys, if you guys don't know, can I say?
Yeah.
If you guys don't know, Nora is dyslexic, so
But I could speak. It's just sometimes I forget the pronunciation of stuff.
let me just say
Plural.
dyslexia beat her 6
Plural.
times. And
Plural.
she only won 1 time. Dyslexia is really beating her.
Oh yeah. Anyways, so that being the title, Materialist is like including Lucy, and I just love symbolism. I'm a symbolism girl. I talk a lot about symbolism on my letterbox too, actually. But I like that as someone, Lucy, within a materialistic world, she breaks the cycle at the end.
Yeah.
That's true.
So-
No
I'll
one
give you
likes
that.
the end but me. Okay.
But that's true though.
So I don't think I got anything more positive than what I said from that. So I think I'm just gonna go to why I did not like this movie. Look,
Yeah.
I'm gonna say actually I'm gonna give my opinion on like what the general public said, which kind of like that's where also I disagree and agree. What I disagree is that people were like, this was marketed as a rom-com. I don't think it was. It was marketed as a romance. That's the way I saw it. Because I think as people, we're too used to the idea of like a romance movie is technically a rom-com, but it's not. I think we're just used to of rom-coms because they were really big in 2010. But like when I saw the trailer, I thought it gave romance, but like love triangle, but I didn't think it gave rom-com.
Yeah. There was nothing funny in the
did,
trailer.
no,
There
it
was
didn't
nothing.
give rom com. But
I
the
think-
thing is that
Go.
is it actually labeled as rom com?
No,
no,
it's not.
Celine Song labels it as an
So
like
Anti-
not a rom-com.
yeah,
I fell for
anti-rom-com.
the false information.
But that's the thing. So like everybody was like hating on this movie even to begin with because it's like,
Yeah.
oh, I thought it was a rom com, but it wasn't. But like it was never labeled as a rom com, and I think people just crave rom coms that they every time there's a bit of romance or love triangle, like they jump at the opportunity. But like it really did not give that. I mean, when I looked at the challengers as well, like trailer, it did not give rom com, but it was a
Yeah, you knew it was.
It was kinda- it
was
wasn't romance, but like
It was
clearly
romance.
it what is the word? Because it wasn't a romance movie. We all know it,
No.
but like it hinted at romance. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? And I think that's what she did the same thing. I mean, they're married, so
He wrote
So-
the scripts.
that's one thing that I will disagree with the general public. But this is why I personally did not like this movie because, look, she stated in an interview saying that she really was going after like I think anti-capitalist.
Yeah,
Yeah.
anti-capitalist romance.
Yeah. And I think this movie did not do that. I feel like, especially with the plot with the legs, I feel like that's where she lost the plot a little bit for me. And I think what I really did not like about this movie is that I did not like the ending, and I did not like the way it presented. Because let me put my thoughts better in better sentences. I hated how Lucy was presented the whole time that she wanted to do better, that she wanted a better life, that's the reason why her and her boyfriend broke up in the first place. It wasn't the fact that she did not love him, it's not the fact that she did not care for him, it's really because of the fact that she was in a place that she didn't see a future with, which is very normal. I think
Yeah.
a lot of women, immigrant daughters, people who grew up in really tough environments, we want to get out of those environments. So when you're stuck with someone that does not have the same vision for you, I think that's okay. I think that's okay.
It's a
too.
fair turnoff, to be
Exactly.
honest.
It's-
Yeah.
especially when what how old were they in? Let's say like they were like in
I think they were in their 20s. It gave me that impression.
yeah,
at
20s,
least.
let's say like maybe older 20s because they were in
Yeah.
the movies they were like 40, right? So it's been like 10 years. So let's say
Yeah.
like almost like 30s. So when you're like around that age and you're ready to like settle or have a life and your boyfriend is not and like you just feel like you're not financially there and that's just a huge turn up. I think that's okay. So I think that that's the fine line of like wanting to have a better life and capitalism because yes, sometimes it can be both. But I don't think she gave that. I don't think she gave like I just want a rich man because he's rich and I want that life. Like no, I gave like she had trauma, she had issues and she just wanted a better life. So I think that was my issue. My issue is that she wanted that, and then she finally got that, and then for her to leave all of that and to be blinded by this man, and suddenly she's in love with this man, and it doesn't matter. Why it doesn't matter now? Why now? Why now? Because now you're more financially stable than he is, so you think that's gonna be like that just pissed me off. And I think that my biggest issue as well is that like it gave a message to a lot of young women that's like you are willing to settle for men just for love when it shouldn't be. You shouldn't be settling for men just for love, and I think that's an issue that we had for so long.
Don't look at me. I just
No,
love
but-
romance. I'm sorry.
No, but that's the thing. It's
No,
like,
but you have a great point.
you know what I
won't
mean? And
lie.
it's like I don't think I would have had that point if she didn't have that interview. But ever since she did that interview saying that it was anti-capitalism, I really disagreed with that. I think that obviously capitalism has its issues of like people just wanting to get richer and richer, but I don't think it gave off that. I don't think the characters get off. Even like Harry, like yes, he had the money to like make himself taller or whatever. But I don't think that reflected capitalism, and I think she could have done it in a better way. Maybe she could have had a.
It was a
But
very like superficial view of capitalism, I
yeah,
feel.
exactly.
Because like yeah, she
Like,
was looking for stability because we live in a capitalist society, but also she wasn't like someone superficial and like, "Oh yeah, because I want you to like bring me to like this expensive restaurant every weekend." Like she was just
Yeah.
trying to live the life she dreamed of, and that's totally fine.
And I think women should like. That's the one thing I think women in society, especially these days, after everything that we've been through, like a lot of women who couldn't even divorce their husbands back then, who couldn't even have like some sort of voice in their marriage
or bank
anything.
accounts.
Oh no,
or
literally,
anything.
you know what I mean? So when you want stability and you want a good life and you want a comfortable life and you see that vision, I don't think there's anything wrong. And I think that again, there's a really fine line of women who they just want to date rich men because they're rich, and a woman who wants to have a very comfortable life. And obviously, it's a very very fine line. But I think that like I'm repeating myself,
Yeah.
but I don't know how to say
But
it. But
yeah,
it's like
she didn't cross the line because
She
it
didn't
isn't like
cross the
she
line.
had didn't want to work. She had a very good job that paid her
Yeah.
really well. She just wanted someone that was compatible with that.
exactly. I
It's
think
fine.
it's crappy to like shame on women who want a richer life and a better life. I
Yeah.
think it's crappy,
Yeah.
and especially like her. She's not the type that did not do anything. She worked for her life as well. You know what I mean? So that was my issue, and my second issue was really the fact that she ended with John because.
It's okay.
No, but look, it's just
I'll tell you why after.
okay. It's just the reason why I didn't like it. It's just that, like I said, I feel like you're telling women that it's okay to settle for men. Like she specifically, like you saw it in the movie that she specifically. That's the reason why they broke up. He was not financially stable.
Okay.
You had 10 years. You had 10 years. And I get it.
That's a long
We're
time.
actors.
Yeah.
We're actors, guys. We understand what it's like chasing.
Be like a struggling
Yeah.
actor.
No, literally, you know
And
what
that's
I mean?
okay too if you want to choose that, but
Yeah,
like
exactly.
the two don't mix. The
No,
two
like-
lifestyles.
Exactly. Like that's okay. Like you wanna like still work on your acting at 40 and whatever, fine. But at the same time, it's like me personally, from my point of view, don't hate on me, y'all. But like if you're like 40 and still living with roommates and still haven't found to be more financially stable on your own, I think it's an issue, you know what I mean? And I think my issue is not I don't care that he's 40, it's the fact that he had 10 years from when he broke up with Lucy. And clearly she broke up with him for that. And it did not give him a wake up call of like, you know what, maybe I'm not being more financially stable. Maybe I should find a better job rather than just like busting tables and stuff like that. That at least gets me my own apartment. You know what I mean? And like, I get it that New York is really expensive, but it's like, or at least have two roommates rather than three and then the one that's engaged or something. You know what I mean? So I think it's like, and like, that's my thing. It's like Lucy in those 10 years, she did find a job.
Yeah.
She did find a job that she loved. She built a career for herself. She made a living for herself. She was able to live in her own apartment. So like she did so much for herself. And then yeah, not only give it up, it's like suddenly you see your old lover and suddenly it's like, oh my gosh, you were broke, but not anymore. I love you so much. And it's like, what? Why are we teaching women that that's okay? And I feel like for a lot of movies when we were growing up were like that.
Yeah.
So for this to still like be in that pattern kind of pissed me off because it's like it makes no sense for her to go back. And I mean it's like they threw away the main part of her character. And that's the thing. It's like it was the main core of the movie. You know what I mean? It was the main core of her character. So to throw it all away just because to show that love can be love, and I think that's my issue. She could have shown that in a very different way without putting her character in a box, putting her character, you know what I mean? Like, oh my gosh, bro, when she at the end decided to leave her job because she was happy.
No. It was on a cliffhanger ish. I made sure
But she made it.
It is.
The way I perceived it, it was giving.
it was giving I quit, but
Exactly.
you don't know.
But I
it
also
was-
understand why she would quit, and I can talk about that later. I don't think
Okay.
I don't think it was because of him.
Yeah.
But I don't know, the way I saw it, the way when I saw the movie, it pissed me off because it's like one, she leaves the rich man for this guy, which is fair. She loves him, that's fine. But then she even has a convo with him at the wedding of like, well, you're still broke, and he's like, yeah, but I'll do it for you. You had 10 years and you still didn't do anything. So what tells me that you are actually gonna do it? So
Yeah.
that's my issue. And instead of her being in that space of like, you know what, maybe I don't know, like let me give it a chance or not. No, she just fully jumps into it. And then
That's true.
later he wants to like marry her and have the kids. Kids with what money? Kids with what money, y'all? Let's be freaking honest.
In New York?
And New York, bro. And then she wants to like quit her job, and like I get it that yes, because of the whole sexual assault thing.
Yeah,
Like, I cannot
exactly.
ignore that fact. I understand that, but I think that the way it was written and the way it was presented, it was also giving that. It was giving because of the sexual assaulting, but it was also giving because of him. And I did not like that. And I think they could have made it more clearer that she was probably leaving because of the sexual assault case
For sure.
rather than him. And I don't know, like then the ending of like recreating the beginning to show like love always wins, but it's like no, like why are we still making romance comedy? No. Why are we still making romance movies with like old patterns that just it doesn't fit in today? I feel like back in 2010, maybe back in early 2000s, but I think now like what a lot of us, a lot of women have like finally woken up over the idea that like we shouldn't settle to like men just because they're what we can have.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Today, I mean, yeah, you can have love and you can have someone who's compatible with your lifestyle, with how
Yeah.
much you earn. I think that's, like, that's what we're looking for today.
Yeah.
And I think Celine, well, she kind of failed to see that because I think her vision of what romance is today is just you scrolling on Tinder, being like, oh, you have abs? Okay.
Yeah.
Swipe right. You don't, swipe left.
Which is true to an extent. And that's the
Yeah.
thing.
But not for everyone. And I feel like she
No.
really generalized that part.
Yeah.
You know?
And I think that's also like where she like 50-50 for me. Like yes, she showed real parts of like materialistic people, but at the same time I think her capitalist point, that's where she lost me personally. I don't think she hit that mark. And I think for me
She tried, but then she kind of missed.
Yeah, exactly. And I think that's like she could have just rewritten certain scenes, and I think it's like as well the main plot. Of it all.
I like I mentioned, there was too many everything all at once.
But I wouldn't mind that. I like when movies have like a bunch of subplots because it feels like there's also like always something happening. But what really pissed me off, and one of the points that I really didn't like, was the way the assault was handled, because the whole point of the movie was to like not be like other movies and like do justice to like what romance is like, what like living an assault is like. And I feel like for the assault especially, it was like completely mishandled. There was a lot of like victim blaming. I feel like, oh yeah, like I'm just a matchmaker. You should know that I'm not gonna like search this guy's background for you. You should be aware that he could be a bad person. But like, you can say that like she's a matchmaker, saying that your client shouldn't like go and trust you and try to fall in love because anyone could like be a rapist.
Yeah.
I really hated that, and also the fact that they never showed what happened to the guy.
But I think it's that sometimes the reality of it. You know
The reality of it can be cruel, I know, but like we never hear about him.
But,
We never hear like that he got into court. We never have a scene where like the guy is shunned. It's always about like Sophie, the girl that suffered the assault. Is always like what she did and her expectations, and she should forgive Lucy because she didn't know any better. And I feel like she was, for her, like it really showed this like lonely experience of like living an assault, and it didn't show any more than that. It didn't show like another way. It didn't show like the bad things that should happen to people that do that. And I don't know, it really like pissed me off, that part.
I guess the reason why it was like that, the way I see it, is I think it's because it was supposed to be in the perspective of the matchmaker. That's why.
That's fair.
Which yeah, I think there's nothing wrong with that, but I think it's like
She blamed herself a lot at one point. At one point, she.
That's what I didn't like, because I feel like
Yeah.
we have to stop
Like,
that mentality. And in the movie, they had the chance to
Because you know how she was
control
like,
the situation.
I'm your matchmaker. Like, why would that be part of my thing? But then after, like, then she's like, oh my god, it is part of my thing. Like, it is this and that. And then like, it got complicated with her job and this and that. And like, even if like she was really trying to bring herself back into it with like Sophie's life, and then like the whole back and forth of like
yeah, but
not knowing whatever happens to the
just
guy,
like the ending of the movie, I didn't like for the same reasons Rachel did, and I feel like the end of the situation for me, I also didn't like. I wish it had another more positive ending, where like Sophie got more support, or like, and we talked more about like Mark P and like he's in fucking jail now.
I mentioned that like in something I didn't like if you're introducing like such a like hefty, like heavy, rich plot like Sophie's thing, you need to like choose one thing or the other, because after seeing that and her trying to help, but then finding out Harry had surgery to make him long or tall. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
irony.
I was like, but this is such a, like, you know, big thing that Sophie's going through. And then
I heard someone say
another thing. Like,
that they thought she did that to show how rom-coms can be, like, so absurd sometimes, and things just happen because they happen.
She nailed it.
But, like, that's the thing.
That's what she knows.
For a lot of the movie, she was trying to criticize things that happened by doing the exact same thing, but it didn't feel ironic. No. It felt like she actually was okay with that.
I just hated the plot because it's like,
what is...
It was just random. And two, I just think that, like, she tried to... How to say it? Like, obviously... not every rich person is evil, and obviously most capitalist rich people are. You know what I mean? But that's exactly, he said himself that his family worked hard and stuff like that. So to suddenly like shame him for having money, and I think that's what's my issue.
I would not do that.
Like, you know what I mean? That's the fine line where I'm like,
why?
You know what I mean? It's like, why are we hating on someone who worked hard?
He didn't do anything like cruel in the plot at all.
Look, I think if she really wanted to bring the point of capitalism, I think she should have made Harry like someone who made billions of
we needed a superficial character.
But not even narcissist, because sometimes people are very charismatic. But I think maybe make him charismatic in the sense of like he doesn't care about money because he has so much of it, and I think that should have been the plot. You know, when it came to that side of the materialistic side, you know what I mean? Yeah. Of him being like, oh, I can buy you that, I can buy you that, I can buy you that. Oh, you're sad, let me buy you this, let me buy you that. Wow. You know what I mean? Or oh my gosh, I just made $1 billion, who cares? Like, you know what I mean? Like, show like more of that side, I guess, of like him tossing his money left and right, and for her to realize, oh, this is not what I wanted. Maybe the simplicity is what I wanted. And I think that's would have been a better way of her, I guess, going towards John. But also, I just don't want her, I don't want her to go towards John. Get another man.
I know. Like, that, for me, that was like never a choice. That was never a choice. Like, at all.
I was like, invisible string theory, like love just always.
But yeah, tell me why you like the fact that it's John.
I feel like it's no longer valid. I feel like it was just really an opinion based. Like, I like thought that she broke the cycle of being, you know, materialistic, you know, always being like, you want someone with like this and this, here's your match, see if that works out. Doesn't work out, okay, this and like, I think she like slowly like rooted that in her, and so when she saw John again, like, she was going back to the life where she wasn't like that, you know what I mean? Her memories of her, she was an actress too, so she knew like how it was to be struggling, and she knew how it was to not struggle and have a luxurious life. But so in my head I was like, I like the like the symbolism of it. Like, I love that she broke the cycle she embedded herself in, or she built, like, you know what I mean? And I think that's why I was like,
but that's the thing, and then she continues the cycle that she hated.
That's fair, and I think that was Celine's point, but because John didn't have any evolution, just felt like she was going back to a situation that she already knew was bad for her. I wish like he would have, like, instead of him making John perform like in a pub or something, I wish like to be an amazing actor doesn't mean right away you're freaking rich too. Like, you know, like, he could have just performed like at a big theater but still like living in a small apartment, maybe not with roommates, like a small like evolution of him. Like the small, like, doesn't mean he's rich, but he's a bit better where he used to be. And I don't know, and I was like, oh my god, y'all, Hamilton, you know, Angelica, which I wrote it down. Angelica said Alexander is penniless, but that doesn't mean I want him any less. And that's what played in my head when she went back to it. Since there was no music, you're just like, okay, activate.
Yo, no music, let me just sing.
But the thing is that I'm not against people who are like put together or like want a bit more than the other to like build a life, but I think my issue is like the 10-year gap, and the fact
I agree with that. When you brought that up, I totally,
you know what I mean? That's my issue. It's if I broke up with someone because of certain reason, and I just, first of all, I wouldn't even reconnect with my like ex, I guess, you know what I mean? Who are you to be in my life? Like, no. So I wouldn't
first of all,
first of all, that's my first issue. They would not even reconnect. No, but I wouldn't even reconnect. But let's say in this scenario, like, we have like love for each other, I guess, and we're reconnecting. If I see he's still the same person, I wouldn't go back. I don't know about you.
No, I mean, no.
It's hard, like, because I feel like I'm more like Nora in the sense that, like, I can listen to emotion more than reason sometimes.
You know
But in that case, I'll tell myself I already tried. Like nothing changed.
Yeah.
Like the results cannot be a different one if something in the formula didn't change. And like I would be aware of that, even though I might still love the person.
change him. That's all that was. But I have Wattpad and like Instagram caption Wattpad like embedded in my head, and that's what I saw, and I was like, she can change him.
But that's the thing. Why are we asking women to change men?
That's
Why?
true.
That's
facts. And that's my issue with the settling.
You snap me to reality.
You
Like,
know what I mean?
oh my god.
Like, I get it. It's a movie, y'all. Like, it doesn't have to be realistic. But I think that,
Movie reflects life.
yeah, and I think as women, like, for so long, we've been embedded that like, we need to go for the one that loves us no matter what. But it's like, no, it shouldn't be no matter what. You know what I mean?
That's
If you're
true.
brokey and got no money and you can't even live by your own, why would I? Why? How is it's like you're giving me a plate with like 2 fries? Like, does that look appealing?
2 cold ass fries from yesterday's Happy Meal.
Exactly. You think I'm gonna want to eat that when there's a fucking Happy Meal next to it with like drink, burger, gluten-free burger. You know what I mean? Everything. Like, come on, you know? And I just think that, like, you know, I was gonna say, oh my gosh, I lost my train of thought because I just keep thinking about the fries.
I would go for A&W, guys, so
Oh my
get
gosh,
on my
yeah, there we
level.
go. NW, please sponsor us.
I love A&W.
We love
That's not the
A&W.
point, but I love A&W.
No, you understand, guys. I'm celiac for you guys that don't know, and like I love A&W because they do lettuce wrap burgers.
I love A&W.
If
It
you
is the
ever-
most freshest shit in the world. Like, it
If
is
you
so good.
Ever
I love how-
wanna sponsor us, A&W. We love you, and I hope you love us back.
I'm half of like your income. I will not lie. I will like half of Montreal. It's me. I
It's
won't
her.
lie. I really am not lying.
She's supposed to be you. So it's supposed to us.
Yeah, not sponsored. Could be.
But I feel like we talked about the things we didn't like, but I want to talk a little bit of the things I did like.
Let's be positive.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's end on
We
a
had it
positive
out,
note.
okay.
So yeah, apart from like Celine Song like hitting the mark with her objective for the movie, the end being not super realistic, characters not like following like the values they set up for themselves at the beginning of the movie. I really liked going back to the aesthetic. Like the shots were really good, but I really like how they use like blue in like most of the shots. But then I noticed like the blue, it starts off like really strong with like her dress in the wedding, but then as the movie goes on, it kind of like lose the blue. And to me, it was like it's because to me Lucy kind of lost herself. I saw that as a symbolism of like she's losing like the person she was in the beginning of the movie to become a new one. In my view, to become like someone that didn't make sense to her, but becoming a new person anyway, for like for better or worse.
Did she wear red at the end?
She starts like wearing
Like a red floral dress, or am
yeah, I remember her
hallucinating
floral.
it?
I
More
remember her
casual.
floral.
Yeah.
She's less like
yes,
That's true.
girl boss business girl.
Yeah.
She's more humble
Yeah,
towards
she's
the
more
end, you
humble.
know, to match her man.
I mean,
She had to step down.
Her man literally
probably
brings
has
dinner from the hot dog stand. Let's not the halal hot dog stand,
Guys, that was
bro.
not okay.
Yeah, to be humble with him, he probably owns 2 T-shirts, bro,
That was so not okay.
and 1 pair of underwears at home.
Ew. And the
Okay.
sock with the toe popping out.
By the way,
trunk.
we disclaimer: we don't hate broke people. By the way, like
We are broke people.
we are broke people. No, and there's nothing wrong with owning 2
No,
T-shirts.
not to hate. The thing is like that was broke boy propaganda. Like, don't even get me wrong.
Yeah.
That was a recession indicator, and nothing
Yeah.
will change our
But
mind on
listen,
that.
I've been in John's level many times, girl. I think my socks do be having holes, and you know what? As long as it supports the heel of my foot, I'm walking this earth with it.
But I feel like it doesn't work. Even if like you're alright with being a brokey and dating someone who has money, but like at one point you're gonna feel bad because like this person's like here and you're like here,
But
and
that's
But I don't
fine.
think he does. That's
No,
the thing.
but he did. No, he doesn't.
I feel
You're
like at one
right.
point
he
he
had
would feel
10
bad.
years. He had 10 years. You're right. But then, I don't know. See, like maybe it's because I'm so romantic.
he would feel
Like,
bad
I
because
love
it's part of the
romance.
history that
He
she has
said-
been complaining that
Yeah.
that he doesn't have any money. She says that in the scene with the cab where they go eat. He didn't want to pay for parking in their
Yeah.
anniversary, and she's like, "Well, you don't want to pay for it."
Yeah.
So I feel like
Oh,
it's something
yeah.
that would
his
come
ego,
back.
yeah. But that's the thing. I feel like obviously the ending is implying that he will do better. But that's what I hate. But that's what I hate is like
But he won't, though.
why we're
I
relying on
believe
this
in-
woman? Why are we relying on this woman for him to be better? When
Also,
he
you're
couldn't
gonna
be
give
better
up
on
your
his
life
own.
on a promise because I wouldn't. You have to show me that you changed.
Exactly. No.
I believed. I have no experience of
Girl,
romance,
no.
so I believe.
Look,
I
look,
believe.
you want a good romance, like if you want like a good, think of Ariel and Prince Eric. It was a promise, but then he stabbed that woman, bro. He stabbed Ursula, and he showed her that he's willing to be with her. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Okay.
But that goes back to your point. Like, that kind of movie really influences the way you see romance. And I was definitely influenced in my first relationship. And things just, like, don't happen the way it happens in movies. You have moments that feel very movie-like.
Yeah.
But, like, 80% of it is gonna be real shit that's not shown in the movies, but it should. And that's something actually in my likes list. That's a quote from Celine Song, and she said in the interview that to talk about love in the way that it exists today is totally worth of cinema. And I totally agree with that. We need movies that show how love actually happens. I just don't think she accomplished that in this one.
A really great movie that I think does that. That honestly, if like not that it shaped my way, but it's like it shapes my way of breakups. Was Someone Great?
Oh,
What were you say?
I was gonna say La La Land. To me, that
That
was La La
too.
Land.
No, but that too because the reason we both thought the same thing is because they both have the same meaning of the movie. So for those who don't know, Someone Great is on Netflix. It's a really good movie.
I'm gonna watch it.
I'm gonna give a little bit of detail, so might be a little bit of a spoiler. Sorry. It's this girl who was dating this man for 9 years, and they broke up, and she's trying to deal how they broke up. But I think it's like the acceptance of the breakup, and I think like the reason why they broke up and everything is kind of the same thing with La La Land. It's like they broke up for a reason, and like they're accepting through that as in their careers, and then the end shot of like them seeing what the life they could have had, but like they're okay with not having that as well. It's like,
Yeah.
I think those are great. But I think those are great movies that shows the realistic side, and I think it's like, I kind of wish she poked more at that rather
too.
than. I mean, the movie was called Materialists. You can't escape the main plot of it all. But I just think like, I mean, what would okay if we were in the writing room, what we would have like written differently? I want to hear everyone's opinions on that.
I think, to me, first of all, and I saw someone in the internet mentioning that Lucy's character, she missed a lot of stuff. She didn't have any friends, which was weird. She didn't have support system. Fine, her career was her whole personality, but I feel like because she didn't have any friends, or like she wasn't like a character in depth that way, like a real person, it kind of justified her needing a man so much because she literally had like not even a friend to talk to. So I would include her having a support system. And I think I would leave Harry the way he is. I don't think he needs any flaws, because I think it's also part of experiencing love in the way it is for you to have those moments where like, damn, like this person is really cool, is offering everything I want, but I just don't have those feelings for them. I'll keep everything the way it is, but I wouldn't make her just end up alone, because she didn't find what she's looking for. She didn't find it in John completely, because she loved him, but she knew that she couldn't live the life she wanted with him. And Harry could offer the life but couldn't have the feelings, so you just keep going. She was fine on her own at the beginning.
And I think I wish they would have. I think you saying that gives me the idea. I wish they would have made her like learn a lesson. Again, she played in another movie called How to Be Single, which I love. I don't know if you guys ever watched that one.
No.
But she played in that, and even in that movie, it's kind of funny to think about. But even in that movie, she was dating like men after men after men after men, and then at some point she was like, "Wait, like let me be single and let me realize that." And then she like learned lessons through her relationship. So I kind of wish, now that you said that, it's like I kind of wish they kind of did that. It's like learning that maybe materialism is not everything, but as well as like settling for someone that doesn't really will provide for you, especially for everything that you feared for. Like, I wish, yeah. Oh my gosh, I don't know how to express myself sometimes, y'all. I'm so sorry. But it's like,
good.
But yeah, I think that's a good point. What would you write?
Me? I honestly, you're so right of like her making her like really not human, I guess. But I get it. Like it's like a harsh like visual thing of seeing like checking the boxes as she mentions like for her clients. But like I feel like she's a human. Like, well, how come we saw the flashback? That's where she struggles. That's where she's not checking in boxes. That's where she's like.
To be fair, yeah, the only
loose.
flashback we see is like
The car.
their bad moments.
Yeah.
You didn't see any of the
Exactly.
good ones.
Yeah.
That's fair.
So I feel like I would just make her like more human, I would say. And like definitely I would keep like I definitely thought, like, personally at the end I thought she was just gonna be by herself, because after she had to run to go to Sophie and all that, and I was like, okay, like, I think this is like, she's just gonna be herself, like, by herself, and she's just gonna support Sophie for like a few more years. Like, I thought maybe that was the end, but you know, like, for me, like, oh, okay, John, okay, well, that's cute, so I liked it, right? But I think, like, switching the end, I would rather her be by herself than like her being, well, I mean, I like that she is with John, but like, if I were to change it, I would actually change it for her to be by her own, like, you know. It makes sense.
What about you, girl?
Me, I think the main thing that bothered me, main thing, fuck. I mean, there's a lot of main things. I mean, I think one of the things that not bother me, but I think she could have played more into was the love triangle, because there was no love triangle. She started dating Harry, and then
That's true. There was never a point
and then she was just like, oh yeah,
between,
I'm with Harry, but then like we kind of had something, and then her and Harry broke up. It's okay, girl. Her and Harry broke up, and then suddenly she's like thinking about being with John. So I think she could have played, and I think if she had played more with that, one, she would have more of that realization of like, oh, maybe materialism is not great, or maybe I should just pick love. And I think she could have sent more of the message. But again, I think what you said about the plots also like damaged a bit. Like, do we want to make this a sexual assault? Like, not because I get it why she doesn't want to make like a sexual assault movie, because like,
No,
it's
for
weird to
sure.
do that. But it's
But
like,
you could have, you shouldn't drop a big bomb like that, and
yeah,
then, you know,
I think
we don't know, do we know what happens at the end? Like, other than like she's with her for her case, that's it. Like, you know, like,
I think we know that Sophie kept like trying to date and everything, but we never know what happens like to the guy.
Wait, wasn't there like a thing where it's like
At
a
the end,
text
yeah.
where it was like Sophie found love, and then this
Yeah,
guy
yeah, she did find someone
okay.
at the end.
But yeah, so I think me, what I would like change or add is definitely more of that like love triangle thing,
Yeah, make it more.
and like battle in between of like, oh, I like Harry, but I'm not really dating him. I'm interested in what he offers me, but then it's like, oh, I'm really interested in John because I love him, and then her being like a little bit more confused, and
then lead her to just
either be by herself or her realizing like what fits in her bubble. And as well, I think maybe by like slowly integrating the sexual assault like story, her realizing like as a woman, what does she want, you know what I mean? And I think realizing more about her. But I think that's what I would rewrite, because then I think rewriting just that changes a lot for the movie, and I think it makes space for a lot of the plots that she wanted to do,
Yeah.
but it just wasn't done well because she just made her date Harry. And even in the movie, she said that he was a unicorn. And like, I was sorry, as a viewer, I thought he was perfect. I literally, me too. I was like,
Yeah,
oh my
he
gosh,
was.
he's perfect. And like, yeah, he had flaws. Like,
perfect,
and I think that's the thing. Like, yeah, he had anger issues, or he had anger. Yeah, like,
Did he? Did.
oh, it's the wrong movie. I don't know. But and you know, he had his flaws and stuff like that. You know what I mean? But like, at the end of the
You're
day,
thinking
it's
Mr. Grey, anger issues, maybe.
Oh.
like,
No, but me too, I was thinking, does he not have anger issues?
I think there's a scene. I don't know. Whatever.
Oh, it's just when he got really, really, really angry that she stroked his legs, bro. Kid you?
Maybe.
That was
Also, that scene really reminded me of 50 Shades of Grey. Like, you know, where she's like touching his chest. I'm sorry, I have to say it because
I never watched 50 Shades of Grey.
because
Me
when
either.
when she was when
when
when she touched his leg, he like retracted, and I thought he was gonna be like, oh, did he get beat up as a kid or something?
I thought that. I really thought that. I thought there was
I
gonna be
thought
a
his legs were
touching moment.
shaved. I don't know.
Honestly, I was, because of the whole like Sophie thing. I was like, now what abuse did he endure? Like, what?
exactly.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Exactly. Yeah, no, you're right.
So that's why I was like, oh my god, what is happening? You had surgery and you didn't tell me? Oh my god.
But I forgot to say, I kind of liked just introducing like the surgery, just because it shows like, you know, like when certain issues are like highlighted when you make it the opposite situation. So I feel like it highlighted how crazy it is for like women to do something like any kind of enhancement just to become more attractive to people, because that's what he did. The only reason why he did the height thing is to make him more attractive. So I kind of liked the way they explored that issue, because when you see a man doing that, you really see the absurdity because it's not that common, you know.
Yeah.
And women, it has become like normalized.
You kind of ate there.
No, I agree.
It
As
was
much
gorgeous.
as I didn't agree with the movie,
It was pretty.
I really liked the experience.
It was pretty.
No, but I really liked the experience of it because that movie gave us so
Yes.
much to think about, and I really
Yes.
enjoyed the experience. Like, it was really interesting
Yeah.
to think about all those things, you know.
And like I said, like symbolism. Like I love. Like I think in one of my reviews I wrote I'm a flute for symbolism. I can't say that, but like I just love when scripts are so symbolic. Like that's just I think that's where she kind of like nailed it. And then like the shots, like I said, like I'm saying, it's beautiful to watch. But that caveman shot caught me off guard. But it was so nice to see. Like yes, love is something that's been with us from the birth of Earth. Like okay, maybe not dinosaurs, but like cavemen.
They also loved each
Yes,
other.
dinosaurs loved each other. Animals love each other. Oh my god, you know what I mean? Like
Everything is romantic.
Final thoughts. Like I said, to me, it was a great experience seeing that movie because
Yeah.
it gave us so much to talk about, and I enjoyed that. Really appreciate what the movie was trying to do, what Celine was trying to do, but she just like missed the mark to me. I didn't connect to the movie the way she wanted me to, and that's okay. I just wish the movie had been completely different in the end, and that's fine.
yeah, I think like on the same lines, but I didn't hate it fully, but I didn't love it fully. Like I enjoyed it. Like I said, like there was some like stuff that were like different for me as a film watcher. The fuck I don't know, but
Movie
you know,
watcher.
a movie watcher. Yeah, as I may. But yeah.
Honestly, like, I don't hate the movie. I mean, I've seen worse movies, and I think that, like, she tried her best to give a vision that we just did not agree on. And I think I would love to have a convo with her, honestly, to see where did she mean for, like, capitalist, and she changed my mind over it or stuff like that. But, like, I don't hate the movie. I don't think it was bad. I mean, cinematography wise, it was beautiful. And I think, like you said, symbolism was great. I just think that, like, the main point that she was trying to do completely missed me, and I just wish she rewrote it a certain different way. And I don't know, like, yeah, like I have nothing more to say. Honestly, I've been hating on this movie for the past like hour, but but yeah, that's for me.
It was fun. I think I enjoyed it with like the people I went to watch it with, and I think we were laughing a bit too much at one point.
Yeah, I mean, the movie was a little bit funny, but like we were laughing because of
silent-
the jokes.
yeah.
We were laughing off the silence. We were laughing like, what the fuck is happening
No.
right now?
I think we were like, there's no like action, but there is action, but there's nothing. And the silence, like I had to hold like physically bite my tongue from hold like my laugh because the people behind me were gonna like smack my head. I kid you not.
Bro, when Chris Evans said, "Yeah, I'm an actor, aspiring actor at 40,"
We
we all went. Huh?
As soon
What do you
as
mean
he
by
said,
that?
as soon as he said, "Oh, yeah, I've been still, being an actor," and we all went, oh, "There goes our life."
No, literally, guys, we're gonna on each episode. At the end of the episode, we're gonna rate the movie as a general consensus of
Consensus.
of the movie. So today, since it's Materialists, we're gonna rate it out of Pedro Pascal's. Ew, I say it's so weird.
Pedro Pascal.
Pedro Pascal.
Pedro Pascal.
So for today's episode, we are rating it 6 out of 10 Pedro Pascals. So
Yes.
that is our
And then
final rating.
We put
We,
all the
like,
heads.
We
Yeah.
put all the Pedro Pascals
Right
right here.
Um,
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
So 6 him out of out
Sorry.
of 10. That is our final rating of this movie, and these are all of our opinions. And I hope you guys enjoyed watching our video. Please leave your review. We really want to hear from you. We have a Google form on all of our link trees. Oh, on all of our socials and our
Yeah.
link tree. So please go give your opinion. We want to hear from you. And as well, we're gonna do a video talking about people's opinions. So if you want to be on it and have your opinion heard and discussed by us, please leave your review. So that is for the Real Talk Trio. We hope you guys enjoy it, and we hope to catch you. Oh, has Nora said?
And we will reel you back in for our next episode. That got an 8.
Bye, guys.